Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas and welcome to our weekly one-on-one with head coach Doug Pederson, presented by Wawa. I'm Eagles insider Dave Spadaro, and Merry Christmas to you and your family, Doug. I know
Merry
that
Christmas, Dave.
it's a special time.
It is. It's a great time. Great time of the year.
A special time for the football team. Let me start with this. What is the biggest difference from 48-7 in New Orleans to 4 wins in the last 5 weeks?
You know, I just think that game is just a blip on the radar screen for probably just a couple of reasons. We knew we didn't play well. I think too that we got into that New Orleans game and then the injuries began to kind of pile up in that game. We lose Avonte Maddox in that game, and Sidney goes down in that game. It just felt like here we go again mentality, and we never overcome or overcame it in that game. But ever since that point and that time, the guys have really battled back. They've been real resilient. I've relied on the veteran players to keep the young players engaged and coming along, and we've quite frankly been able to find a way to win, and that's what it takes this this time of the year, month of December, and it's exciting for our guys.
I think you won the Super Bowl last year, so this may seem like a ridiculous statement, but I think it's your most challenging coaching job of your 3 years here.
It's been unique, to say the least. I mean, we start the season with a number of injuries, and as the season kind of progressed, more and more began to pile up, and you're trying to manage your roster and who the 53 are that week, and then, of course, who the 46 are going to be that week for game day, and, juggling all the pieces, and then, of course, your quarterback situation now with the injury to Carson. So, it's a challenge, but listen, I put a lot of credit, with the coaching staff, preparing whoever is up. And then, of course, the players for going out and executing and winning.
So, Doug, what's going through your mind this week? How do you play it this week? All these scenarios, you know what the fans are talking about, you know what the media is going to be asking you all week. How are you playing it?
We're going down to Washington to win a football game. It's obviously it's our last one on paper on our schedule. We're hoping to play past that, but we can't control the things that are out of our control. We can only control what we can control, and this is another opportunity to go down and. Again, a division opponent who, we played tough the first time around and came away with a win. So, our focus is to go win this football game and, let the chips fall where they may.
Doug, there's a statistic, average yards per pass attempt. It was over 9 on Sunday against the Texans.
9.2, I think.
Yeah. Well, how important, of all the numbers you look at, how much does that tell you how efficient your offense is?
Well, I mean, it can be a little misleading. Obviously, the ultimate stat is the win-loss, the scoreboard. How many points do we have versus them? But I think if you go over 9 yards, if you're close to 10 yards, I think per attempt, especially in a passing game, that tells you that you're explosive. At least you're explosive down the field. Now, does that correlate to winning? You would think so. But there's been a lot of times where you've been in games where you've had yards like that, or at least attempts well over 9, close to 10, and you don't win the football game. So, you have to take a look at that. But that's a great stat to kind of gauge how explosive we are. I think we had 4 guys that had 20-plus yards per attempt in this game. So that's also a credit to the players because the ball's getting spread out and guys are just making plays.
It's tremendous success on 3rd down against the Texans and 4 for 4 on 4th downs. I think the number was around 50% this year on 4th down efficiency, as opposed to last year, 20 of 29. Have you thought about wavering from your philosophy of being so aggressive on 4th down?
No.
Inside the mind of Doug Pederson here?
No, not at all. If it's a situation that we can take advantage of and it's in favor of us, we're gonna continue to stay aggressive. I'm gonna stay aggressive. Put our team in that situation. They executed extremely well. We got the 1 quarterback sneak. And
on first possession, third quarter, Eagles side of the 50, and you're going for it on 4th down.
Minus 44-yard line, something like that, and we're going for it because those are opportunities right there that can really change the complexity of the game, and it gives you a new set of downs, and you never know what can happen after that. Part of it is, I don't want to leave any regrets out on the field. I want to make sure that I can exhaust everything, for 60 minutes of football, and again, it comes down to trusting your players and coaches, and guys executed well.
So what's going on in your headset? 3rd down, you see that it's short. You're immediately onto your play chart. Are you hearing, hey, the percentages here are blah, 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 or is it just Doug Pederson making a field call?
No, it's, on 3rd down, I'm getting the voices in my head that are telling me, hey, if we can get it to say, depending on field position, just using this as an example, if we're, say, at the minus 35-yard line, say minus 38-yard line, and we need, it's 3rd and 7, and I get the voice that says, hey, if we can get this to 4th and 2 or 4th and 1, it's favorable for us to go. So I'm always on to the next play. If it doesn't happen, obviously we punt the football. Well, I'd love to convert on 3rd down and stay on the field that way. But we get in those situations. There have been times when I said, you know what, our defense is playing extremely well. Let's go ahead and punt the football. But yesterday I felt like offensively, we needed to stay on the field against a good defense and try to score as many points as we could.
What were your thoughts after Houston took the lead?
No panic again. They took the lead and we had 2 minutes to go, 2:04 I believe, and a couple of timeouts. So just I felt comfortable. We needed to get into field goal range for Jake, and that was somewhere around the 35-yard line. And what a great 3rd down throw to Alshon, and then another one to Zach, and put us right down into the 35-yard line just like that in about 3 or 4 plays. So. And then we had the nice run there by Darren, managed the timeout situation pretty well there, and Jake finished it off.
Yeah, the way Nick has played and how appreciative he is and how meaningful all of this is and how outwardly emotional he has been. Can you appreciate it even more knowing what he's gone through and yourself been in that position?
I can, and just to think about, Nick and his story and where he's come from and, possibly even stepping away from football just a few years ago, and he's got some new life, some energy, and Nick's going to be Nick, and that's the thing you love about him is just he's just going to do whatever it takes to help this football team win, and he doesn't want the credit obviously, but he's going to get it, because he is the quarterback right now, and he's helping us win games, but he's done a nice job. It's hard to, as a backup, you're preparing every week like you're the starter, and then I can remember back in Green Bay when I had opportunities, I had to be me. I couldn't go. Hard to be Brett Favre. There's not many people that can be Brett Favre. And so that's like with Nick and Carson. You want Nick just to be Nick, Carson, you be Carson, and then we go execute and play.
Hey, I still remember you being carried off the field at Veterans Stadium.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Don Shula set the record.
Shula's
Doug Pederson, the quarterback.
Yeah, I
think
they carried Don Shula off, not me.
That was a disappointing day, though, for the Philadelphia Eagles. Washington Redskins, the good defense still, out of the playoff picture, but still a team that's right there till the end.
They are. They're playing extremely well. They're extremely hard. Played Tennessee tough, the other night, and it came down to really the 4th quarter of that football game. And this is a team. I think Josh Johnson has given them a spark on offense. He's making some plays, a lot like Deshaun Watson's standpoint. He's athletic and run, and he's made some plays with his legs as well as with his arm. So, work is cut out for us. We got to go down there and try to win a game and put ourselves in a position to hopefully be playing in January.
Will you, and I'm serious when I ask you this, call Matt Nagy, head coach of the Chicago Bears, who started his head coaching career in Philadelphia, Matt Nagy, don't forget that. Will you make a call to him and say, hey, Matt, let's go?
Yeah, I may or may not have already reached out to him and just said, hey, wish you the best moving forward.
Yeah, please win. Hey, thanks so much, Doug Pederson. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks so much for joining us. Our weekly one-on-one with head coach Doug Pederson, presented by Wawa.